Hi everybody and welcome to the music presentation for the Post-16 Open Evening. As you can see on screen, the course that we offer is BTEC Level 3 National Extended Certificate in Music, and obviously over this presentation I'm going to be telling you a little bit about that. Now, first of all, why music at all? Now, we get asked this question quite a lot, to be fair, because I don't think people actually realise that music and the creative industries at large are real careers. Well, they are. I know we've taken a little bit of a battering during COVID-19, but that stuff is going to come back and these careers are going to be active once more. Now, I work essentially in the music industry. I know I'm a teacher, but it is a passion for me. It's something that I've always enjoyed, and I'm really grateful that I work that my day job is a career that has meant something to me all my life. So if that's the same for you, it makes sense to be studying the things at Post-16 that you'd like to see become your career. Now, it doesn't have to be on stage. You know, it's difficult to get yourself a gig on stage, either as a musician or in music theatre, whatever. I mean, the competition is so tough out there. But when you think about it, if you watch a film right to the end of it and you watch all the credits come up, every single one of those roles is a person getting paid to do that job. And it's the same in the theatre, or festivals, whatever it is. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of roles that need doing at significant events. So it's something that you can actually do. Now, why BTEC? Well, particularly vocational. It's something I've got into recently. All my career I've been teaching GCSE and A-level music. But I'm really interested in the vocational pathway. Now, years ago, it was always kind of accused of being the qualification that you would do if you felt like you'd not got enough in the tank to do more academic qualifications like GCSE or A-level. But to be fair, looking at the specifications these days, it's not that at all. There are some really quite academic and difficult things on this course, which is great. And I'm absolutely satisfied that, to be fair, I think you would leave the sixth form more prepared to go into the world of work in the performing arts, probably, than you would be with an A-level under your belt. And more universities are accepting BTECs now as an entry path. I think I saw a stat the other day, it was something like 95% of universities are happy with a BTEC profile coming from a student wanting to go into university. Okay, so I would always say to people, if it's something that you're passionate about, then you should be doing that at Post-16, certainly. Right, entry requirements. What I'm saying here, essentially, obviously it's a level 3 course, it's an advanced course, so you've got to come with some knowledge and skills in place already. Now, essentially, I see this as falling into 3 areas. First of all, if you've been at Tuxford Academy during Key Stage 4, hopefully you'll be coming to this course with a merit or above in RSL, which we've done this year. If you're coming from a different establishment and you've done GCSEs, then I will be looking at a grade B going forward. Or if you've done none of those things, but and you can prove to us that you are a good musician, that you've got skills in place already, and that you're really serious about taking your musical studies further, then we definitely take you very seriously. Okay, so how does this course work? Basically, there are at least four units to study. 3 of them are mandatory, you've got to do them, and there is at least 1 optional unit. Okay, now I'll talk a little bit about this later on in the presentation, but I'll just give you a whistle-stop tour right now. So practical music and theory, theory and harmony. This one, if you were studying English, you would expect to do everything about English, the reading of it, the writing of it, the speaking of it. And it's no different in music, really. If you're going to go out there and get a job in a practical sense, then you will at some stage be expected to offer some knowledge of the way music is written down, or the oral side of music in a theoretical context. Okay, so essentially that's one of the units, and I'm really pleased that's the case, because that is more academic and it's something that we can really get our teeth into. Okay. The second unit, professional practice in the music industry. This one is essentially a piece of work that is set by Pearson, and it's in a controlled environment, so it will be in the second year, and it will be just basically, I think it's about 8 hours that we get to study that, and within that 8 hours you have got to produce a piece of work that you will be assessed on. Now, professional practice in the music industry, it's all about the day-to-day running of a music career. So if you are somebody like Ed Sheeran, for instance, you've got to be aware of the financial side, particularly when you're starting out before you've got record deals and stuff like this. But even when you've got record deals, you need to be knowing what's happening so that you're not getting ripped off by people. So it's a little bit of financial knowledge, a little bit about how you will communicate with people in the industry to get the most out of the opportunities that you're offered and stuff like that. So basically the day-to-day running of a music career, and that's what is assessed in professional practice in the music industry. And the final mandatory unit, no surprises here, ensemble music performance. So the main reason that most people come to the course is because they want to play music with their friends or, you know, peers or other people in a collaborative context. So essentially, in this one, you get to choose songs that will make up a music that will make up a set. You practice, rehearse with, you know, collaborate with people, and rehearse towards the point where you can go out there and present that to a live audience. That live performance will be recorded, and that's what you'll be assessed on. Okay, optional units. At least one of these, so you can just take one, that's absolutely fine, and they fall into the following categories. Composing music, again, speaks for itself. You'll study several different genres of composition, and you will look at what you're particularly interested in, study the work of composers in that particular style, and then you will generate basic ideas and turn those into a full-blown composition that you will plan and record at the end of that session, and that is what will be assessed. Music performance session styles. This is an interesting one. If you imagine a situation where you were out there working as a function band and maybe you got a wedding gig, really well paid jobs these actually, you might find that the people getting married have got some fairly particular requirements as the type of set that they want you to play. Now, it's no good in those circumstances, particularly if you're getting £3,000 or £4,000 for a set, to say, oh no, we don't do this or we don't do that, we only offer this. That wouldn't be good enough in those circumstances. The performing musician has to be someone who is willing to learn and present a wide range of styles. So basically that particular unit, music performance session styles, is all about getting a more eclectic understanding of what the repertoire is about, you know, in different styles of music, so that you can go out there and present them to a wide-ranging audience. Improvising music, again, probably speaks for itself. Improvising, the art of making music up as you go along. Two particular styles that is very big in would be jazz and popular music. So yeah, in that one, you learn all about that, you know, different methods, how you've got to fit a tune to a harmony part and make it sound good. Lots of language in that one too. And finally, solo performance, quite a traditional one, this one. This one could be straight out of the A-level course, to be fair. So if you regard yourself as a very decent performer, someone who is happy in front of an audience, then that solo performance unit would be for you. So you prepare and deliver a performance recital to a live audience, very much like you did in the ensemble music performance unit from the mandatory units, except you're doing this one on your own. Okay. Now then, this next screen that I'm going to take you to here is just how does BTEC, or BTEC music in particular, connect to after this, so higher education, apprenticeships, and the workplace. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a moment with the next screen. If you just want to pause that. Okay, you'll see, so a lot of these skills that you are gathering here along the way are really important out there, whatever you do next. I just want to pick out the second one, learning the skills to present information to an audience. Now, that is actually quite an intimidating thing to do, but obviously in the world of teaching and any sort of forward-facing job where you've got to talk to the public, that is one of the things that you're going to have to get to be fairly confident with. And it's good to see opportunities like this presenting themselves in school. So if you can see yourself obviously presenting information to an audience, maybe with a PowerPoint behind you or a prepared video or whatever, let's face it, on YouTube there are millions of videos out there with people facing the camera doing this every day. Something you will get more and more confident with the more that you try it. and it's just a great skill to take into your professional life. But as you can see, lots of other things there that are really, really valuable in your adult life. Okay, assessment. So basically, assessment falls into two categories: internal and external assessment. Internal assessment is basically units that we will mark and will be moderated by an internal verifier, and external assessment will be done by Pearson themselves, by their own examiners. Okay, so Unit 1, Practical Music and Theory and Harmony, internally assessed. So we will set you a task there. Largely speaking, we'll show you the ins and outs of the music language. Essentially, yes, that is reading music, but not only the notes, but all the kind of Italian terms and all the elements of music. So it's like I said about English, it's making sure that you've got that down. Okay. Now, in Unit 2, Professional Practice in the Music Industry, this one is externally assessed, and it will be, like I said before, it will be just a timed amount of time, and then you will send those papers off, your project off, to be assessed by Pearson. Ensemble music will be exactly the same. The recording will go to Pearson, and they will be the people to assess that. All of the optional units are internally assessed, so it will be a task that we set you, that we mark, and then we send our marks to a verifier, and they will basically moderate the marking that we do. Okay, a little bit more on screen there that's telling you something about those units. Okay, so contacts and further information. Two things here. Basically, I'm offering you my email address there. Please don't hesitate. If you've got any questions at all about any aspect of this course, there's my email address. Please use it. And also, what I've decided to do there, I've given you a QR code which will take you straight to the BTEC level 3 specification. And if you look from page 23 of that PDF document, you will see specific details of what each unit has in terms of the content they offer, so you can understand, so you can gain a better understanding of what you would have to do. Okay, thank you very much.